Hey guys, it's Sean here, and in this video, we're going to talk about email deliverability. And I'm going to link out to this article below the video so you can read it, learn it, and understand it. There's not a ton of things that you really need to understand about email marketing, but the one major thing that comes to mind is staying out of the spam folder. And also, you don't really want to end up in the promotional tab on Gmail. For those of you who use Gmail, you know that there is just your primary inbox and there's a promo inbox. I think there might be a social inbox or something like that too, but you really just want to end up in people's primary inboxes, and you're really focused on Gmail because they make up 82% of all emails out there at the time of shooting this video, okay? So how do we stay in the inbox? How do we keep our sender reputation high and keep Gmail happy so that our emails can get in front of more eyeballs and we can make more money? Okay, that's really what it boils down to. So let's go through some of these things and I'll walk you through them. The first thing is sending too many emails. I think that goes without saying. You guys know if somebody's just spamming you over and over, you're going to mark it as spam, you're going to complain. That's going to hurt you. It's going to hurt the system's deliverability. Don't do that. It's not only a good way to end up in the spam folder, it's a good way to probably get SendPad to cancel your account, okay? You never want to email more than twice per day. And as you're first building your list, you probably don't even want to email more than once per day, and sometimes even just a couple times a week. We're going to talk about sending schedules in another video, but definitely never more than 2 times per day. Never buy an email list and upload it. Also, I wouldn't even upload a list from another email provider. Let's say you're using Aweber or something and you have 10,000 leads there. The second you upload them to SendPad, you're just not going to get good inboxing. It's going to hurt your reputation. Don't do it. Using a generic sender name, as we've always taught you, use a real first name, either you or somebody who works for you. Back in the day, you used to be able to use like a pen name, make something up. Don't do that, all right? Don't send emails with a large attachment. That doesn't really apply to email marketing, so you don't have to worry about that. Failing to personalize your emails. This is an optional one we threw on this article. However, in my experience, saying hello or saying hello first name doesn't move the needle, doesn't put you in the spam folder, doesn't make you more money. It's more of a nice to have, okay? Don't use a free email service like Gmail or Yahoo as your sending domain. You definitely want to have a sending domain that is something at domain.com, okay, whatever domain you purchased. A lack of segmentation, we're going to talk about that in this video as well. What you're going to do is over time, you want to remove people that never open your emails. The more you send to people who don't open your emails, the lower your engagement score and the less likelihood you're going to stay in the inbox, okay? You need to have an unsubscribe link, number 8. List hygiene, again, that goes with segmentation, deleting people that never open your emails, that ask to be off your emails, and we'll talk about that in an upcoming video. Too frequent communications goes along with sending too many emails, along with sending emails erratically. Number 1, 10, and 11 are pretty similar. So to really summarize, don't use leads from somebody's list that you bought. Try to only send leads to people that signed up for your list directly. Don't send too many emails more than twice a day. And make sure you eliminate people that ask to be off your list, that are never opening your list in the first place, and make sure you're using a real name, your name or an employee's name. Now, when it comes to deliverability, there's really 2 main pillars, right? There's the technical and there's engagement. And the technical side has to do with the IPs you're on, which you don't really need to concern yourself with because that is a SendPad thing. It has to do with your sending domain reputation, which has everything to do with you, okay? And we'll talk about that in a second. It has to do with authentication, right? Having a verified domain, SPF, DKIM, you should already have that all set up. And from there, you build a reputation score against your domain. Again, the IPs have something to do with it, but nowadays your sender score is a lot more important, okay? So how do you improve that? Well, we've already talked about the technical aspect. Your domain should be verified. It shouldn't be a Gmail. It should be an actual domain you paid for. It should be, Sean@something.com or support@something.com, et cetera, et cetera. How you improve that is through getting good open rates and high engagement, okay? So you might have, the example given here, 20,000 people on your list or 8,000 people on your list, but the person who has a 30% open rate is going to be more valuable than the person who has a 10% open rate, all right? And so from that perspective, it's really important that you keep your open rates high. On a broadcast, you want to make sure your 10 hopefully 15% open rate or better. And on your autoresponder, your follow-up automation, you want to make sure you're above 30%. Start dipping below those numbers, and your reputation is going to start to go down. I'm making very generic statements, by the way. There's a lot more technical aspects that go into this, but those are sort of the generic rules. The other side of things is really determined by Gmail. It has to do with your content. If you keep sending the same content over and over, they're just going to mark that as spam because it's being sent over and over and over again. And if people are constantly marking your emails as spam, they're never replying to them, they don't really open them, Gmail's just going to think nobody wants your email and you're going to end up in the spam folder. So really, if you think about it, writing catchy emails that get people to open, giving people what they want, solving an actual problem, and getting people to reply to you and you replying back are very important pillars of staying in the inbox, okay? So best practices in 2023, obviously using a professional email service like Sendpad can increase your deliverability because we handle a lot of the IPs. We make sure your SPF, DKIM is set up, and we work with you to make sure that your content is good and you're not ending up in the spam folder. Building your list organically. We teach you in this program how to build it through Microsoft and Google. This is the most highly targeted traffic ever. Personalizing your email, again, number 3, a bit optional, so I wouldn't worry about that one. Testing your emails, okay? We're going to talk about setting up a seed list. So before you send to all of your leads on your list, you send it to yourself to see if you end up in the spam folder or not. Okay, we'll talk about that as well. Segmenting your list, we talked about getting rid of people who don't want to be there, getting rid of people who never open your email, monitoring your sending reputation. It's a little hard to do when you are with Sendpad. We monitor that for you. So don't worry about that. And you see here, I talked about in a previous video, avoid sending image-only emails. Images can often trigger spam and promo tabs. Following content best practices, we're going to talk about the naughty list in an upcoming video. Trying not to use too many spam words in your subject and your body and things along like that. Again, also number 9 goes without saying, make sure you're sending people who actually asked to be on your email, and that you have a simple subscription process that has a disclaimer below and it's easy for users to sign up and unsubscribe if they want to. Don't send emails out too often, and we're going to talk about establishing a schedule so your users can actually expect when your emails are going to come. And then following email marketing best practices, don't use exclamation mark, don't use spam trigger words as we talked about above. And then finally, creating engaging, relevant, and valuable content, okay? Catchy, to the point, problem, solution, giving people what they want, okay? So that's really it, guys. I encourage you to read the rest of this article. Those are the main things. It really boils down to technicality and engagement. So it's important for you, if you really want to have many takeaways here, to make sure your broadcast open rates are above 10% and your autoresponder open rates are above 30%, okay? All the other technical aspects like IPs, DKIM, SPF, that's taken care of in the back end by Sendpad. So really focusing on your opt-in rates. How do you focus on that? Well, you can segment out people that don't want to open. If you're sending to too many people that never open your emails, your open rates are going to go down. So removing them from your list, which we'll talk about in an upcoming video, will be very helpful. And the second part of this is the engagement, okay? Writing good content that gets has a catchy subject line, gets good opens, gets lots of clicks, people engage with you, they reply to you, they don't mark your stuff as spam. That all together combined is going to keep you healthy, and Gmail is going to like you. I say Gmail specifically again because it represents like 80+% of all platforms. So we don't care too much about like Hotmail and Yahoo and things like that. It really is a Gmail game this day and age. And if we can keep Google happy, then your customers will be happy, you're happy, everybody wins. All right. So that's it for this video, guys. See you on the next one.